I work as a futurologist, and I really try to tell stories about futures that could happen and then help companies to build concepts about future that should happen or are relevant for these companies. One of the biggest struggles for car companies right now in order to cope up with these changes in their well-protected space is to rethink their business model and rethink their revenue model. I think one of the big challenges for them is to break the organizations and reorganize the company in a way a company like Google, Apple or Facebook thinks. Split 50% of the company and put them on software and experiences if they would like to cope up with the changes that exist out there. Traditionally, car companies have no idea how to develop software. I will exclude Tesla out of that equations, but they need to admit that they don't know how to do that and learn how to build software, because software is the platform that carry experience on. And premium is not about hardware anymore. Premium is only about experience, and that's what will define the next generation of mobility. How can we make the car an immersed digital environment? I think by stop referring to it as a car. We really need to redefine what is a car. Stop looking at it as hardware and looking at it as a software that can carry an experience. Car fits to our perspective of transportation, but transportation is shifting into something called mobility. In the end of the day, car is a computer. It's the only computer you can actually sit inside. It needs to be part of who you are. Cities as one of the most important pieces of the mobility puzzle. In the end of the day, cities are, they need to be the carrier of all innovation. They need to own and take responsibility for the mobility infrastructures. 75% of a city infrastructure today are roads and parking lots. There is certain limitations of how much city can, widen or go up when it's coming to building real estate. Urbanization moving is putting a heavy burden on the cities today. How do we tackle that? We tackle that by reducing the transportation infrastructures, the road, the parking lot. We're starting to look at digital mobility solutions, going to limit the ability of people to own a car or driving a car in the city. We are going to take responsibility of how people are moving from one place to another. We are literally going to start cooperating with digital companies that enable us to build this infrastructure of connectivity, and on that connectivity we can tackle energy, communication, mobility that enable a flow of society. It's not about the automotive players anymore that needs to determine how I'm going to get from point A to point B. It's about the city to deliver that as a service. City mayors needs to come in, take central stage and says, this is how mobility is going to look in my city. You're in or out. I think the question of data and personal data is more than just a car. Once everything has a digital voice within the ecology I exist in, we will become part of the data. We cannot really separate human and data anymore. After all, we are generating with the sensors that we carry more data than any other technology device that exists out there. I think it's not a question of blending, it's a question of value. How can we create value from data that exists within different interactions?